So anyway, let's begin. Yeah, so we could just think of this as just right in the beginning here of like, I'm just gonna have a reflective, kind of how do we, this is always a good image to me, like how do we create the conditions where we can be reflective? So go ahead and find your meditative seat. What are you going to do with your body? So in order to be reflective, I think of like the surface of a lake. In order for it to reflect the sunlight, or in a way, there's a difference when it's really calm instead of agitated. Like the reflection is clear when the surface is calm. So we're just doing this, even with our fluid body, that the waves are calming, and being still would make sense. So finding a pose where you could be still. And I will mute everyone. So even the sound of the bell is a clarity, it's just calling you. Maybe there's even an image if you've seen or sat by a lake and the effect of just watching calm water. It's like you're merging with it. And if you close your eyes and just start to feel the body, this dissipating of the waves takes a while. So we know it's going to take a while. And the practice is being still and grounding, grounding. Feeling your face, is the face relaxing. How you can choose to soften your lips, your mouth. You could say to yourself, like, I'm softening, I'm practicing relaxing my mouth. This is what it feels like. Be aware that kind of training your mind to stay here, and if it's okay, in your body right now. You might notice like, I usually don't really spend time inside my body. But I'm feeling like way at the base of the body, your pelvis, your pelvic bowl. dropping down. Relaxing. The pelvic bowl is like a bowl, watery. So it's calming. We have the physical waves in the body. Gradually coming to stillness. And of course, the waves of the mind. The mind could be very active, kind of stirring up. So we notice, like, okay, I don't need to stir things up. I don't need to ponder anything. There's that, it's like that little soft breeze of your breath, just those waves of breath remain. A little ripple. It's like, this is what it feels like when I just put down all of the ways that we create kind of the burdens, the heaviness. I should do this. I should do this now. I should do that. I got to get this done today. Why didn't I do that yesterday? And put all of that down. That's quite a load. And we see there's a wisdom in spending time with these calm waves, the feeling of the stillness of the deep lake. I always go to these words we use like when we're preparing to meditate is relaxed. You might feel right now your skin is soft and relaxed. And at the same time, there's this alertness. Because in order to relax your skin, you have to choose to relax your skin. And that's the mind, the bright mind. You're using this kind voice with yourself, like, honey, soften your skin. So imagine there's this bright wisdom. Just for now, let go. So as you hear the sound of the bell, you might know that this does not mean that class is over, right? It's just like, okay, like, well, how did that go? That is, Jenny and I like to lead this. This is kind of our little grounding practice before we meditate. I mean, you might have accidentally meditated. But it's more of just, almost a physical feeling of stopping and to understand, like, it just takes some time. We don't just instantly, feel settled, and that it takes patience. It takes a lot of repetition of, it is like, they'll compare it to like taming a wild horse or something that you have this persistence. So kind of naturally, I'm just going to talk a little bit about the noticing of how kind of almost like obsessive the mind can get about choosing something that it will just kind of twirl around, and we get really, it's just like a natural thing that happens for the mind to do this, to get really caught up and hooked on something. So one instruction, I was talking to Shelley, teacher here at Common Ground, about the whole practice of just during meditation to ask yourself, like, okay, what else is here right now? The question, like, okay, what else? What else is here right now? And what happens, it kind of like your whole world can kind of explode when you start to knowingly be aware of what else. It's almost a peeling away of layers. You know how anger, for example, anger can get, we can get so tight around things. Another way of like anger, or a feeling of wanting to control something. Oh, the mind can get so obsessed about, I want it to be like this, and we get just so tight that it's like there's no other possibility. Again, kind of being with my daughter as it's summertime, and I feel like, okay, I want you to mow the lawn, and it's like I can feel like I get so tight. I don't let her even have an opinion about it, what else she might be doing. It's like, I'll be like, well, what else are you doing? You're not doing it. Like, just go mow, and if I'm reflective, so if I have, when I can see what's going on, it feels really icky, actually, is the way of describing it, is, just the energy around it of that controlling and telling you what to do, is, it's just like, it's not the way. It really is not the way. It's not the way I really want to be. And yet there I am kind of doing it. So when you have this kind of reflective quality, you're almost like you're watching yourself, or I don't know, I can feel my own energy, my own presence. And like, almost like, who is this? Like I'm both clearly doing it, but it's not like the best version of myself. So yeah, I'm really trying to be tender around that. So when we meditate, we really take this time of having this reflective quality and noticing, like, well, what else is here, rather than kind of a usual, like, tight way of, just being a little deluded around, if I do this, and if I do this, then I do this, and then I'll be happy. And what we'll practice now is that it's it's actually important to put down the thinking about what I just taught, because we'll want to think about it more, like, yeah, okay, yeah, I'm a controlling person, or like, well, I'm not a controlling person, or the ways that we think about this. So formal meditation time is all of the moving beyond the words. And that's where I like that description of, if the words start to come in, then we're not reflective anymore. Like, we're just stirring the water. So maybe we can just kind of play with this image again, or the feeling in the body of a settled, calm surface. Okay, so we can find our meditative seat again. It is important to be comfortable, or nothing will settle. If it makes sense to close the eyes, just like, if you close your eyes, even feeling how your eyelids, the eyelids are soft and relaxed. So even with your eyes closed, you could be aware of your surroundings. Like just open your awareness, and without even looking at your surroundings, you're just feeling. And I'm guessing you are feeling pretty safe where you are. What does that feel like to feel safe? I mean, we know anything can happen at any time, but where you are, you've probably chosen a place. You're not going to be interrupted. There might be sounds around you. But this is your sacred space right now. And there's a connection. We're kind of bonding with this sacred space. I remember this was before the pandemic. I started sitting at home and I just fell in love with it. It's like, wow, I'm in my own home and I'm just here. That you have a space where you can feel safe, secluded. And there's a stillness now as you can choose to bring your body to stillness. Settling. Just a feeling of this connecting to the beauty of the natural world. What else is here now? What do you notice in your personal experience? What suddenly arises? A thought, sound, What else is here? What's your attitude right now? What does it feel like to be around you? What would open-heartedness feel like? We generate these beautiful kind of energetic qualities. Beyond our intellect. Do you notice any tension anywhere? Looking closer. Feelings arise. Even during our sitting time, there can be quite a roller coaster of emotions that come in and pass. What's happening right now? What else is here? What can we just let flow and open? This helps us practice what's called non-clinging. So whatever we notice, like, oh, yeah, that's present right now. But what else? Bring awareness back to your body. There's a lot of words coming in. You could just feel your belly, that space of the pelvis. A calm lake. So no matter what thought comes in or story comes in, we see it clearly. Oh, that story. Often it's a story we've heard before. We notice, like, well, what else is here? Oh, I feel my body. I feel this sacred space I'm in, just connecting. And mindfulness is often called remembering. We remember that what's important, what matters to us. This simple joy of being alive. Breathing. We really start to see this, more of the beauty around us, the beauty inside our own heart. It's like it slightly forgotten. many, many thanks, everyone, for showing up and, yeah, really intentionally taking this time, understanding the worthiness